The Facebook ads themselves do not sell your product. There's only two ways that you can actually make money by using Facebook ads today. One way is to be constantly getting new leads who have not seen your offer, who want what you sell, or have a new offer and sell that new offer to a current list of leads. But those are the only two ways, okay? Either way, it's new. You need something new, either new leads or a new offer, because the Facebook ads themselves do not sell your product. And I have a strategy for you. Stay for this part of the video. You're gonna actually learn this strategy, right? What Facebook ads are gonna do is to present an opportunity for people to buy something that solves a problem that they have right now, that they are willing to pay to solve right now. If people are not wanting that right now or not willing to pay for that right now, you showing them a Facebook ad is not going to change that, okay? And I have proof of that. Back probably earlier this year, it might have been around February, I was doing some pivoting in my business and was looking at some other ways that I could serve. And I even considered opening up an advertising agency and doing some done-for-you services for some local businesses. And I wasn't 100% sold on the idea, but I was like, here we go, let me try that. Facebook ads was kind of in a difficult spot because of the iOS 14 changes that had happened last year in 2021. So I thought, what can I add to my repertoire? Because I am a genius at Facebook ads, right? But when Facebook ads themselves, like when Facebook was going through the issue with the iOS updates, you know, me at this point, I'm a consumer of ads. Like I can't change their issue until they could work that out and get that better. I needed to have another way that I could reach clients. So I decided I'm gonna learn Google Ads. Like I had been wanting to learn, Google Ads anyway. I had just done some Google Analytics work to put that on my website. So I thought, let me find out more about Google Ads and how this can work. And, a lot of people out there in the market were preaching that. So I thought, it's not a bad idea to learn that and to not put all your eggs in one basket. So because I started to look for things about Google Ads, I got retargeted or targeted, right, on Facebook, because I personally did not opt out of tracking. I enjoy targeted ads. I want to see what is actually beneficial to me. So I started to see ads from people, from marketers on Facebook who sold products to help you learn Google Ads. And I then learned about Katie Griffin, who is a brilliant Google Ads person. I saw multiple ads, by the way, but I just resonated with her. She seemed to be very ethical and seemed to know what she was doing with Google Ads. So I hopped on her email list with whatever it was that she was sending through her ad, right? And I was like, bet, I'm ready. I'm going to buy this. And so just kind of doing my own research and deciding, is this for me? Is this not for me? I even connected with her, asked questions and all of that. So I was very serious about taking that next step. But somewhere along the journey, because she wasn't in an open launch at that point, her program, you can buy it anytime, or at least back then you could, but you just weren't going to get like all of the support, like the live support and the calls and all that, but you could basically do it as a self-paced course on your own. And so hearing that, I was like, well, maybe I'll just wait for her launch, which was going to happen in about another month and a half after that time. And so by the time that month and a half came and her launch happened, I was no longer on that track and was back deciding that I was just going to stick with the Facebook ads and just, weather the storm that Facebook ads was going through and not do the switch. And so even though I was on her list and when I contacted her initially, I was very interested, I was still able to experience her launch through emails, even if she retargeted me with any additional Facebook ads. Because I was no longer interested in buying that, there was nothing that she could say. There was no ad that she could show me. There was no email that she could send to encourage me to buy, to make me buy, okay? And again, I named her as an ethical marketer. So what does she do? She presented an opportunity. She gave me all of the information that I needed in order to make a sound buying decision. And if I wanted it, I could buy it. If I did not want it, I would not buy it. and I didn't want it. So I did not buy it. It had nothing to do with her. It had nothing to do with her program or the way her ad was set up or her marketing. None of that. I did not want to buy anything, right? And so it just goes to show that no matter what ad further that she was going to show me, there was nothing that was going to get me to buy. And because I stopped, looking for Google ad services, then I also stopped getting those targeted ads on Facebook and Instagram because they were like, she's no longer in that market. That's not what she wants. So your ads are designed to kind of go out to people, to new people who are showing some interest in what you are selling right now. And if this is the right opportunity, they will buy. If this is not the right opportunity, they're not going to buy. And there's not anything that you can do about it. Now, this whole time, I'm talking about ethical marketing, okay? So the only types of Facebook ads that can get you or anyone else to buy when you really aren't interested or wanting to is manipulative advertising. And it's all of the persuasive ads that are really kind of using little triggers and points that are really trying to push you over that edge and sell you into something that you really otherwise would not decide on your own to buy, okay? And so in which case, even still, the Facebook ad itself is not getting you to buy it. The lie and the manipulation is what's getting you to buy it. So I am not talking about those types of ads. I'm talking about real advertisers that once you make that purchase, you feel really good about it and you're completely fine with having made that purchase. There's no way for an ad to make you do that, okay? Either you're ready to buy it or you're not. And so once you have advertised to a set group of people, i.e. the people who have joined your email list, right? If they did not go ahead and buy, let's say within, 30 to 90 days, depending on how long your buying cycle is, you have to know what your sales cycle is. If they haven't bought in that period of time, they're not going to buy, or they're not going to buy right now. And all we have is today, right? So you need sales on a regular, consistent basis. So if you want to wake up today and get sales, wake up tomorrow and get sales, you have to consistently have new people coming on to your list, which would be a conversion ad for leads, right? So that's one thing. The other option would be to say, okay, I have these people on my list. They don't currently want what I am offering. They don't need this right now. Maybe in a year or two from now they could. But if I want sales now, what if I make a new offer that addresses a current need that they have? What do they really want right now that could help them kind of make that lurch forward in their business, in their life, in their relationship, in their health? Whatever it is that you address through your offer, how can I help them today towards their next step if my current offer is not, appealing to them in order to do that? So one of those two things has to happen, right? It has to be something new. So the only way Katie Griffin at this point, as sweet and wonderful as she is, the only way she could get me to buy something right now is if she created a new offer that helped me with something I want right now. And if not, then I'm still not going to buy, right? Even though, let's say I come back around in the future and want to buy something, she would do well to continue to email me, to stay in front of me, so that when I do come around to really wanting to buy Google Ads training, then she is still top of mind. She is still my current source and go-to, and I'll remember her name and be the one that I look up to try to go get that product. But if she were to try to rely on me to make sales today, right, and say, well, she's on my list, she reached out to me before, surely if I can do something to get her to buy. If she's relying on me for her livelihood, to pay her expenses and her bills and herself, she's going to end up closing her doors, right? Because I'm not buying. That's not what I'm out to do right now, even though I appreciate her form of marketing and what she's offering. It's just not something that I want or need right now. So the point being that you've got to have one of those two things going, either new leads or a new offer, because your Facebook ads themselves, just because you run a Facebook ad to somebody and you keep showing them the ad or even showing them a different ad in a different way, it's not going to make them to buy. Even with retargeting, that's why retargeting is kind of like, in a little bubble for a certain period of time. You can retarget this lead, and if they don't buy within that period of time, you're really just kind of wasting money by continuing to advertise to them. So hopefully you got them on your list and you can just follow up with them that way until they're ready to buy down the line. But to spend money advertising to someone who does not want what you have right now, it's pointless, okay? So if you are then an ethical marketer and you're not trying to sell lies using Facebook ads, and you want to know a strategy to really actually get sales now on a regular basis, right? Because all you're ever going to have is now. Today is now. Tomorrow is going to be a new now. And so you need to constantly have some new going on in your business. And I have a strategy for you. And because you were so amazing and decided to stay for this part of the video, you're going to actually learn this strategy right now. Okay, I'm going to show you both of the strategies, one for getting new leads and the other for just creating a new offer and being able to use Facebook ads to promote that so that you can make more sales. So the first one we're going to start with is the Sell It Today ads strategy using the strategy for getting new leads. So first, this is actually ideal for people who have less than 200 email subscribers. If you don't have 200 active email subscribers, then the other strategy is going to be a little bit more difficult for you to employ. So first, I want you to be thinking about getting more leads, okay? Active people who are interested in what you offer. And so this is what that funnel will look like. It's going to start out with a conversion ad optimized for leads, and then it's going to take them to a landing page where they can opt in for your freebie, so a lead magnet, so that you can make sure that you capture their contact information. You can get back in touch with them via email, even if they don't buy your offer. On the next page, instead of having like a thank you for opting in to my email list and getting this freebie, I want you to go ahead and either make an entry-level offer. If you do consults, invite them to book a consult. And that entry-level offer, by the way, sweet spot is about $27 to $47. You can go up to $97, but $27 to $47 is usually pretty magical. You can offer for them to book a consult with you where you can then sell them on your core offer. Maybe you are a launcher. You launch your core offer during certain seasons. And so right now you just want to get them maybe into your Facebook group so you can nurture them and offer them some support and really make a connection with them in the meantime while you're waiting for your launch to come up. So maybe, tell them about your Facebook group, or just send them to some of your nurture content. Do you have a place to send them to your podcast or to a YouTube page or anywhere else where they can consume more information from you and really start to build that connection? And then finally, about 2% of them are going to end up maybe purchasing your core offer, whether that's through your launch or through a consult or any other thing, maybe a sales page. And that's what you can expect. So you need to continually be building that list with new people so that you can start to sift out and find the folks who really want that offer right now. If that is something that you need to get in action right now because you don't have 200 people on your email list, then the Fast Track Facebook ads is going to be the best thing for you. You could actually learn how to run conversion ads in less than 2 hours. It's very quick, and the link is down in the description. So now let's go on to the next strategy, which is the new offer strategy, okay? This is going to be best for people who have at least 200 active email subscribers or more. Even better if you have more than 200 email subscribers, but out of those, let's say out of 1,000 people, only 200 of them are active. Now you know specifically you have people who are still currently on your email list who are interested. And if you are willing to do the work to make sales, right, by creating a new offer. So it's really hard to sit back and complain that you're not making sales if you're not willing to do a little bit of extra legwork during certain seasons of your business. So be willing to create another offer. It could even be a lower priced, accessible offer. It doesn't have to be equal to your current, core offer. All right, so this is what that funnel is going to kind of look like. We're ultimately going to take this new offer and launch it. So it's only going to be available for a certain period of time, because when you build in that urgency, you are more likely to make sales versus just having it on evergreen, or make it to where it's available for a certain price for a certain period of time and then it goes back to normal price if you do want to sell it on evergreen. So it's going to be a prep, excite, launch, and close phase. So the prep phase is just where you're educating them on what this solution can do for them. Then at the excite phase, you're actually announcing that you have an offer to provide that solution for them so they can have access to that solution. And then finally, you are going to open up your cart to sell the offer and close the cart to end the sales. So let's go through that piece by piece. And so the first bit of it, the prep phase, is where you're really educating your audience, educating people through email, okay? You don't necessarily need to send an ad at this stage. You can, but I don't necessarily recommend spending money at this point. In those emails from day 1 through 3, I do recommend you find a meaningful way to engage them. So don't just engage with conversation or engage, although that's good as well. You know, that's a type of engagement. But what can you give them to do? I almost want you to think of this as what it would look like for a video series or a challenge, really. In a challenge, right, there's homework, there's projects, there's things that they have to do that are going to help them get a step closer to being ready to buy your offer. So in this first phase, think about what's one actionable freebie that you can give them, something that they can do, very simple, very doable, to help them get them one step closer to really making your offer a no-brainer. And then in that excite phase, it's the same thing. It's going to be an emails over the next 4 to 6 days, another actionable freebie to keep them engaged and say, how can I get them even one step closer? So most challenges, you know, are 3 days, 5 days, whatever. I've even heard of 30-day challenges. But this one, you really just are giving them 2 things over the course of 6 days. And by giving each of these freebies 3 days, then you have plenty of opportunity to promote that freebie. That is kind of your offer in those days, to make sure as many people as possible have a chance to participate and get that engagement and get closer to your offer. And so in this excite phase, you're going to be announcing that you have an offer coming up. So kind of building excitement about the fact that this is coming, and then they know to be on the lookout for it. And then in that final stage, the launch and close, this is where you're going to open your cart to sell it. This is where the Facebook ad comes in, okay? All of the people who have been participating in the prep phase and the excite phase, you know, they are aware that you have an offer. So this type of ad is the type of ad that only goes to people who are aware that you even have something to offer. So it's really just an announcement ad. It's a reminder ad. It's to promote the offer, and it goes so far. The ad spend is so amazing because you don't have to spend a lot to get as much sales and participation because they already know about it, but you were just really making sure that you're sifting out who is ready to buy, who are those people, and making sure that they don't forget, because life happens. Sometimes people just forget that it's available. Okay, so let's talk about the ad spend. So the minimum ad spend for this is going to be $50, let's say, in the event that you do just have the 200 people on your list. So let's break that down. And so with that $50, based on worst case scenario, let's say we only get, you know, $80 cost per thousand on this ad. A typical good cost per thousand is about $40. And in this case, if you get $80, like that's double worse, right? But can still make this work even with a budget like that. So in that case, at $80 cost per thousand at the highest end, that's going to be about $16 to reach 200 people, okay? And so during this time, we want them to see the ad at least 3 times, and in which case that's going to look like 16 times 3 is $48. That's how we got the $50. I just always like to explain the budget so it doesn't seem random. You know, I just want you to know that there is a rhyme to the reason, and a rhyme and a reason for it, and it's not just unorganized chaos. So if you have your cart open for 5 days and you want that ad to be running all 5 of those days, then you just take that $48 and divide it by the 5 days. So it's going to be about $9.60 per day, or you can round up and say $10 a day. Okay, $10 for 5 days is $50. Now, if you happen to have, you know, 400 email subscribers, I just want you to double it. Just double that. And so instead, we're going to spend $100 minimum, you know, as your ad spend, because you're going to be spending more per day to make sure that your ad reaches those people with the frequency that you want. And then if you say have multiple thousands of email subscribers, then you can either increase your budget to match that, or you can segment out your audience and say, yes, okay, I have 2,000 email subscribers, but truly out of these people, I've tagged who are interested in certain types of, you know, products and ideas and topics, and these are the people specifically that I want this offer to go to. And then that way your ad spend will go even further if you know you're only showing it to the people who are most likely to purchase. So I do have a program for this as well. It is part of my doable Facebook ad series. In this series, all of the ad strategies are really broken down to do exactly this. It doesn't take you weeks or months to get it and to understand it or to even learn it, okay? You can do it very quickly. And so in this particular one, you would want to take the doable reach ads that sell. That's the program you want, because these are going to be reach ads. So in that program, you're going to learn the funnel strategy with more detail, the prep, excite, and launch, all three phases, what to say, what to do, what to email. Then the actual bid strategy within that budget. So you can make sure that you stay within your budget if you use a bid strategy. And I'm going to show you specifically how to do that. And then also how to accelerate your ad in the event that you want to have a cart open ad, just a specific day when you say, hey, this is here, make a big announcement, how to accelerate your ad, how to set it up so that you will make sure that that ad gets pushed out to everyone in that audience in a very quick way. I'll also show you just all of the ad settings that you need, whether you're accelerating the ad or just sending the ad out regularly, what copy and creative that you need to use. And just know that these are short, actionable videos. This is part of the doable Facebook ad series, things that you can just very quickly implement and do them, and then you have this strategy for good. So if that interests you, you can click that down below in the description as well. Hey there, I'm Amber McDuffie, and I help course creators, coaches, and consultants to grow their business with Facebook ads. And if you enjoyed this video, then you're going to want to check out this video next.